Welcome, my little couch potatoes, to the comfiest courtroom on the internet. I'm your host, Llama, and it's time for dramatic testimony, overruled objections, and absolutely unqualified opinions. So grab your snuggiest blanket, some delicious snacks, and get ready to watch court with your internet besties. This is Couch Court with Llama.
Bring the jury.
Hello, couch potatoes. Hello. Happy Thursday. You may be watching this on our True Crime and Wine Time channel, or you may be watching this on the new Couch Court with Llama channel. I don't know if it's up yet and working. It should be. So if you're over in the new channel, say hi so that way I know, because I had to rework some stuff over here on my other end because it is earlier than normal and I am not getting things right. So I'm doing my best today. I forgot that I am. Oh well. Whatever. We're gonna deal with commercials today. I don't really give a shit. So it's gonna happen.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I don't really. I meant commercials for when we watch Reckless Ben.
That's what I meant.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So give me just a second because I just took it down. Anyway, so late last night when we were watching our Big Brother Rob Has a Podcast draft, because that's what we were doing last night, it came out that Reckless Ben's Part 3 was released on YouTube last night. Now, Buffy and I watched it Tuesday on Patreon because that's where the link was first. And we were like, well, we're going to wait until it comes out on YouTube, until Ben releases it, and then we'll cover it. So that is what we're going to be doing there today. As soon as I pull it up. Sorry. So we watched it. Do we want to give any like pre-notes? Because I don't have my notes up on that at all. Of what we thought when we were watching it. I'll say this. It was good. It was interesting. But Ben, did your lawyers look at this video? Because there are some things in it that make me nervous for him. And we'll get to those parts, but
I had thoughts as well about that, and I figured I'll have more thoughts as I watch it again, because I feel like I think more. Like the first time I have my initial reactions, but watching it again, you know how you pick up different things and then you have more like thought.
Yeah. Absolutely. So we'll be watching it again because I don't remember all of it either, because we were watching it the first time. It was like right after we went live, or after we got done with our live on Tuesday with Jack is when we went and watched it. So we were already on like a high from talking to Jack because he's so awesome. That we were just like, what? It's out? Okay. All right. I guess we'll watch that then. But I do remember that there are a few things in there where I was just like, oh, you sweet summer child. What are you doing? The people you are up against, if they thought that like an explosion was a threat, which it was not, it was very obvious it wasn't. But you know the kind of people you're dealing with. Makes me nervous for him.
Oh, yes. I feel like letting him talk is kind of a trap.
And it can be. I mean, so let's preface with that. So his case for this lawsuit from BAM to Reckless Ben, because it's been a while since we've been able to do an update, even though we're starting more BAM stuff next week. Now that we're through a big part of Laura Owens, we'll be focusing more on BAM on, I think, Tuesdays and Thursdays over on our channels. And so BAM decided they were going to sue like everybody. Ben, Brian, and a bunch of Jane Does. And they claimed civil RICO, which we were just like, what? How is that a thing? And they asked for this TRO banning Ben from like doing anything, and from talking about it, and taking his videos down, like everything. And people were like, ooh, First Amendment, please and thank you. No, that's not right. So then they had like a joint kind of, I can't remember what the name of it is called, but a joint decision to Ben would be allowed to continue doing his stuff as long as he stayed away and didn't harass anybody, threaten them, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Not great because it's still something, but it would be for like the duration of the lawsuit. I mean, that is just how things usually go anyway, right? Like you kind of stop what you're doing here while you're in court. And so then his lawyers decided they wanted to take this lawsuit to federal court because everybody's in different states. Bam and them are in Utah. The Bricks Minifigs store that they're talking about, the Salem one, is in Oregon. Ben is in California. So going to federal court, it kind of covers all those. Plus, you get out of Mormon country. Sorry, Mormons, but like, let's be honest here. Okay. Especially when we're dealing with what seems like a very corrupt system there in American Fork, Utah. Based on that's just my opinion. Uh, with the police videos that we watched and all of that, it was a good move. Federal court's going to be more neutral, and they're not really like elected and stuff, so you can probably get a better fair fight in federal court. And so, apparently, that deal that they made before that's now moved to federal court, the judge is like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. You can go ahead and release your video. Just stay away from all this. Don't do any new things, but freedom of speech, blah blah blah. So then Ben releases this video. Mm. Oh, Ben. Oh, Ben, Ben, Ben. What have you done? Sweet summer child. I don't think many parts of it are bad or wrong, and I wouldn't be concerned if it wasn't about who Ben is up against. He is up against a corporation. First and foremost, they always have lawyers. Always. They've always had lawyers. They will always have lawyers in corporate America, you know. And this is a very David and Goliath story, which is why we wanted to cover it, and we'll keep covering it because that's exactly what it is. And let alone that, but the owners are also Mormon. And that does play a very big factor into this story because of the culture of Mormonism there in Utah, right? It's very close knit. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. Deals, favors, and we saw some of that play out with the police, who were friends and went to the same churches as Josh. They did their missionaries together, and the same with the McNeff brothers. So it's not even it. You wouldn't want to say and do all this stuff when you're in court anyway. That's why your lawyers tell you to shut the fuck up and stay off the internet. But this is Ben's job, first and foremost. So it's not like, this is what he does do for money is his YouTube channel, right? And so yes, he does need to make content. That's his job, and he shouldn't have to not be able to do his job because of this lawsuit. But Ben, they are going to look for you to mess up in any look at how pedantic and ridiculous their first motion was, their complaint was about things. It was so ludicrous. I mean, they thought the explosion was a death threat. I mean, you're dealing with people who are not reasonable people, in my opinion. And they are going to try to set you up to do things that are not going to be good for you, for the move, for everything. And listen, everybody makes mistakes. They do. Ben's going to make a bunch. We're not going to be like all 100% Ben is right about everything. He's done nothing wrong. No, he absolutely has done some stuff wrong. Now the intent behind it is very different. Um, but it's gonna if you don't know much about the court system, if you're a new little baby to it, it is not a fair system, friends, okay? I know there's a lot of altruistic people out there that's like, "Yeah, but they did wrong, so why can't Ben just win in court?" And it's like, "Oh, because that's not
not
how it works." I'm sorry, but
pay
it's
to
not.
play game.
Yes, I forgot we needed our Lego background for today. There we are. Let's look at our cute little
Oh,
Lego set.
yay.
That's not really how court works in the slightest. It's a game. It's a game, and it has rules. And if you don't have certain things, they don't give a shit. All right. They don't care if you are 100% in the right. You got to prove it. You got to have money to fight it. A lot of money. I've said this since we started covering the Ben Bam case. Him and everybody else is going to need a fuck ton of money. If you want justice done in this case, they are going to need millions of dollars for all of these cases because there's a lot. There's how many? 4? And every single 5 now. Because did Sheldon file his one against the police yet? I know they retained a lawyer, so if not, there will be 5. Oh, thank you. And they're going to need that. And if you've never been in there, it's a little jarring if you've never had to deal with the court system before. It can be really overwhelming, and you may think you know how things go, and it's not how things go. And then your lawyers are up against corporate lawyers, probably corporate Mormon lawyers. So it's not as fair in court as one would think it would be. And I don't know if Ben entirely understands. I'm not going to pretend I know what Ben thinks. Ben is 30 years old, which is not young. Okay. That is going to play a factor in his culpability of knowing in court about certain things and whether you should or shouldn't. There is a difference between court does usually see the difference between a 20-year-old doing something and a 30-year-old doing something.
Right. They're going to expect more out of that.
And we say this all out of love for Ben. All right. He is our funny, sweet summer child, and we do love Ben very much. But we are trying to be realistic mothers of Ben here. Honey, please just be careful because I don't have a good feeling dealing with these kinds of people, of shady people, in my opinion, shady people. As we'll go further into our deep dive, you guys will see why we think that way. I think that way. It'll be very obvious, but still. When you're
also,
go ahead.
Don't forget, there's the other channel. Go like and subscribe to the new channel, Couch Court with Llama.
That's right.
I see more people in the old channel. I just want to make sure they know that we're also moving this to another channel.
That's right. We are not super right away until the other channel can stand on its own, but your views on that channel is also going to help with the algorithm over there. So if you can, like it here in True Crime and Wine Time, and then go over to Couch Court with Llama and give it a like too, because we're all besties here and you guys are the best. But good morning, everybody. Right before we get started with this, I want to say good morning because normally we do that first. This is what happens when I go a little bit early, a little out of the loop of things. Good morning, Angie. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this will be on both channels until Couch Court with Llama can stand on its own for now. So, and not everybody that subscribes to our channel gets to watch us every day, or like especially live. We have a lot of replay crew watchers as well. So this is going to give them time to get on board and find us. We don't want to just, up and go. Hello, April. Hello, Savage. Brick by brick. Yes, absolutely. We are all about the brick by brick. Good morning, Dan Montana. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, to be clear, we are not on Bricks Minifigs side.
No. But we have watched court fuck people over numerous times. And especially, again, when you go against a corporate entity, I've said it before and I'll say it again, corporations have more rights than you do. So think about that. And the court of law. So think about that for a little while,
Scary thought.
It is a scary thought, but it's real. I mean, it's very true. There's literally laws that say so. So it's not just an opinion. Hello, Rachel. Hello. Good morning to you. And then after we're done today, hi in disguise. It is morning echoes. After we're done with this, at noon, we'll portal you guys over to our next show at noon, where we're going to have Gabriel from The Last Relic. He's a former Bricks and Minifigs franchise owner on. He's going to talk with us a little bit about his experience. We'll probably talk about this, this new video. So we're very excited to talk with him as well. Yes, that was Judge Newman. That's our little Easter egg for our fellow trial watcher friends. It's our street cred. We love Judge Newman so much over here. So, all right, let's get into it because we are kind of on a time crunch. That's why we came a little early because we be some talkers. Understand that Ben has a good heart forgiving person, but still think Ben needs to to get stern with these people. They mean to do serious harm. The corporate, probably. I think those around him are trying to be there for them. But again, if you don't know the field you're playing in, you know, if let's the World Cup was around. I don't need to do sports, so this analogy probably isn't going to land. But right, the World Cup was going on with soccer slash football, right? Amazing. All over the world. People train their whole lives for this. They're professionals, right? It'd be like you going on a little soccer field in junior high, kicking a ball around, and then show up at the World Cup and be like, I'm ready to play. Yeah, no, boo, you're not. You don't even know. You don't even know what world you just stepped into. It's very different than playing on a high school soccer team or a junior high soccer team. It's probably not the best
Right.
analogy, but I'm doing my best.
Yeah, I think it was perfect.
And then federal court, nonetheless, they're even more with things. So yes, be sure to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. That Mormon bias will bite them. Mhm. Yeah. Again, that's I mean, that's just their culture. I'm not even talking shit about. They're very. I don't see what they wouldn't deny it. They're all very close. It's a lot of you get here by being there, which so hopefully soon, Echo's Jeep Daddy and Buffy and I can all get together to talk about that. Yes, and they have a ton of money, and money is really I hate it. I think it shouldn't be about money in court and trying to find justice. But the reality is that it is about money. We can all want to live in this world where money shouldn't play, blah, blah, blah. I get that and I agree, but that's not reality. And the reality is, if you want to go to court, you better have some fucking money. And if somebody's taking you to court, especially when they have corporate lawyers, their job is to overload you with paperwork, rack up that bill so that way you concede and try to settle or walk away completely. It's a legit tactic. It happens all the time. Laura Owens, who is not a lawyer or a Mormon, literally did that with 3 men, and she's just, a nobody in Arizona, and she did it. And that's just the world as it is. It's not fair, but it is what it is. Hi. Hello. Hello. Aren't lawyers who are asked to submit knowingly false affidavits in some kind of trouble? Dentons may not appreciate the heat coming from their Utah. I mean, you can recommend them to the bar, but even when you want to file a bar complaint, there's certain things that are very hard to prove that something was, they're given a little bit more of a leeway, lawyers and judges, right? The benefit of the doubt is what I'm looking for. First, that's what, oh, they weren't trying to do the wrong thing. That is what people are going to try to say, like with the bar and everything. And that's why it takes a lot when you hear about a lawyer losing their bar license or a judge being removed off the bench. They done fucked up because it's very hard to do and prove those sorts of things. And now there is still plenty of time in the future for all of these court cases. If anybody thinks any of this is going to be resolved anytime soon, I got news for you. It ain't happening. We're talking years here, years. And especially when, even the criminal charges, because we saw with our own eyes, we have our own opinions of how the police handled things, which was not great. And you would think, right, the smaller courts with these criminal charges, oh, they're just misdemeanors, right? We can just get rid of those. No, they're not going to, because you know why? When they do that, Ben can turn around and sue the city and the town and the county and all of that. And for them to admit that the police fucked up is going to cost a lot of money. So this is all going to happen for a very long time. If you're new to the court system because of BAM and you want to learn more, you are about to find out how slow it is, how frustrating it can be. Justice can prevail sometimes, and it does. We've seen it. We've also seen people get fucked over by the system who did nothing wrong. And you need to make a lot of money for all of these things. I cannot stress that enough. Savage says just because something is wrong does not make it illegal. That is correct too. Morality and law do not go hand in hand at all. It's a hard thing for people to stomach, I think, but it is how it is. It's about whether or not something is legal, not that it's wrong. But we'll be covering it as it all goes down, because it's all very fascinating. Different kinds of courts, different kinds of crime. So if you're new to all of this, you are really, really going to, I think, you're going to learn a lot from this ride. That's for sure. So, all right, let's get into this though, because we are on a tight schedule. This is from Reckless Ben's channel. He wants everybody to share these videos to get the word out. So we are sharing his video. You will be able to find the link for it in the chat for his channel in case you don't want to watch it with our commentary. I don't know why I have to preface this, but apparently people will tell that woman needs to shut her mouth. This is a commentary channel. If you do not want us stopping and pausing and talking, then go watch this on Reckless Ben's channel. Okay. Our channel's job is literally doing that. Okay. So that's just what we do here. All right. And I'm not going to shut my mouth. It's my channel. It's my home. I'll do what I want. But if you want to watch it without commentary, you can find the link, of course, in the chat, I believe, or in the description.
It's in the description.
I think everybody's GoFundMes are in there as well. As we talked about, it's going to cost a lot of money. So if you'd like, you could donate to any of their GoFundMes. Everybody in this story has a court case going on. So again, you want justice to be had in this country, it's money. Money gets justice in civil court, especially in civil court. Criminal court's a little bit, it definitely helps, but it's not always needed. But anyway, let's get into part 3. Let me turn the captions on for some of you guys, and we will get into it. Okay. All right. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, Bricks Minifigs is making up tons of lies about me to the police to try to get me thrown in jail so I can't release my documentary about them. But the crazy part is I'm not even allowed to know what they're saying I did. Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court. So I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator to animate over it. Right now, I kind of don't even know what I'm being charged for because all of the body cam footage has been redacted, and they say it's to protect the victims. However, I think there are some redactions that maybe don't make sense and that weren't to protect the victims, and there's some things being said about me that are redacted I don't know about.
I do have some concern in this case with the defendant representing himself. The allegations here relate to the fact that the defendant he's a person he's a YouTuber, creates videos, publishes them online, and has been, if this defendant were to represent himself and we were to provide body cams and discovery, we would be now providing additional information and fodder for this defendant to create videos from which he could profit by placing them on YouTube at the expense of our victim. I have serious concerns for that.
The victim. Remember, sorry, we're going to get ads, so I'm going to mute that while it goes the other one. Sorry, I don't have my other account logged in, and I don't remember the login and password for it. But what was I going to say? This is Ben's criminal case, first and foremost. That's why they're saying victim, in case nobody caught that or had questions. I believe that's the audio from Provo, his Provo case, if I recall. He has one in Provo City. This is all Provo. Then he has Utah v. Schneider, and then he has a civil case. But if you're wondering why they're calling them the victim, that's what case they're talking about. It's very frustrating. I get it. Oh, sorry, I got it.
Accused of, then I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel. And they can't have that. They're arguing to the judge that the best thing to do is to not let me know what's being said about me, which is very strange, but that's their argument. And just in case you haven't been following along with this whole Lego story, this is all happening because I stepped in to help a family who got their Lego collection stolen from a company called Bricks Minifigs. And for the last couple months, this company's been doing whatever they can to get me arrested so they can keep all the Legos for themselves. And this isn't even just me speculating. One of their own employees literally told us what their plan was.
I got a call from my boss, and it was like, how do we get them arrested?
Dang.
How do we get them arrested?
But eventually, Bricks and Minifigs found out that I'm not just some random kid. I'm actually a YouTuber making a documentary on the entire scandal.
So the YouTube guy is named Reckless Ben. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah, this is when things really started getting crazy. Bricks and Minifigs went into ultimate defense mode and was going to do whatever it takes to prevent this documentary from coming out. First, the police got a call saying I had heroin on me.
This officer is going to conduct the search of your person because these substances in the vehicle.
And obviously, they found nothing. But then they got a call saying that I was the one that stole the Legos. And I got swatted by the entire police department.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
And we all got arrested. But right when I got out of jail, I got a warrant for my arrest for some mystery crime that I committed.
It seems like this guy might live in LA, or his last known address is in LA.
Yeah, the police showed up to my house all the way in Los Angeles to arrest me without bail.
He was like, just tell him he has a warrant for his arrest.
But the police couldn't arrest me.
Any idea where he actually is?
No idea.
Okay.
I was somewhere very far away. But anyways, back to court. The judge is looking at signing a protective order to protect Josh and all of his statements about me. If this protective order gets signed, then I'll never be able to find out what he's claiming I did.
I got bad news. I don't think we have any more budget for animation, dude.
Oh, shoot. So how do we animate this?
Makes it so sad because I do love their animations in these videos. I don't know if it's just Lee who does all of it, or if Lee has a team, but Lee, I appreciate your work.
Yeah, it's really good. I like the judge cartoon. That's why I was like, look at him, he's so mean, like scary looking.
Yeah, I love your work, Lee and team, if there is one. So does Chad. Okay, hold on. I do have something to say, but I'm going to wait till we get to that point after we're done listening to this.
Next court scene.
For court audio.
I guess if we have to not pay the lawyers, then I guess the animation's more important, right?
Yeah, we decided maybe the lawyers are actually more important. So, yeah, we ran out of animation budget. Sorry, guys.
The court's inclined to sign this pretrial protective order unless you have an objection to it, Mr. Schneider, and the objection to such an order.
Yes, I think there's a bunch of misunderstandings in this case. And so this person doesn't want to get exposed. So he's making up a lot of lies about me to order to get me arrested before he gets exposed. So that's what this whole thing's about. However, before I was allowed to show any of the overwhelming evidence I have to support my claims, the judge didn't care about the evidence and signed the protective order anyways.
Mr. Schneider, the court's going to sign this order and serve it upon you.
So the court has made it clear they do not want to look at the evidence and they want to protect Josh and Brandon for some reason. And now I have to somehow fight a court case against all of these mystery crimes against me that I have no clue what they're even saying I did. So this whole mess is happening in American Fork, Utah. But I'm also being charged with another case in Provo, Utah. This is where corporate...
Before we go into Provo, okay, so that audio is from the Utah case, which is a whole separate... There's Provo, there's Utah v. Snyder. If we see already, in case anybody hasn't stayed caught up since the last one we did, you see how he's fucked in a lot of ways. It's not, you can't just walk in and be like, I'm in the right, because we're dealing with a system here that is not working the way it should, in my opinion. Also, Ben did get lawyers for all of his cases. I'm under the impression for all of them. He did show up to the first hearings representing himself. So now he does have lawyers for all of these, which is great. But remember, lawyers don't work for free. It's their job too. So if you want to raise money for his lawyers, or donate money, I'm sorry, somebody wants to raise money, you all need to get some fundraisers going real quick in this community. I'll tell you what, because this is going to, the bills, millions of dollars. I'm going to call it now. From the time this beginning to whenever it ends, even if this ends in a year, it's going to be millions of dollars for all of these cases. So now we're heading to Provo for his second criminal case.
Bricks and Minifigs is, which is why I'm also being charged here. And this police department has surprisingly actually followed the law when it comes to discovery, and they sent me all the raw body cam footage of what I'm being charged for. Let's start at the beginning, the moment I first met the CEO. The reason I'm talking to him right now is because before exposing this company for the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good faith to give them an opportunity to do the right thing first before I make a documentary about this.
You had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your store?
Nope.
Nice.
But the CEO did not want to take the opportunity.
We forgot about Mr. Evil Evan with his
dirty evil mustache.
That guy. Sorry. I also wanted to pause because I saw Hanging and Just Call Me Hen posted that Ben got 5 lawyers this week. Oh, which is great. He has criminal. Fantastic.
And
criminal. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're all a lot of money, you guys. Criminal, civil rights, franchise, and entertainment. I'm glad he got an entertainment lawyer because that is a very specific field of law that not a lot of other lawyers really get into. As like you're not seeing entertainment lawyers pop in court for a criminal case very often or anything like that. So I do like that he got an entertainment lawyer. He should have already had one of those, in my opinion. But that's okay. He got them now, and that's what matters. Apparently, he was talking about it on the Jesse Weber channel. So if you want to see that later, you can go over there and watch his interview with them. But that's great. That's great. I'm glad he's getting that. But again, he doesn't make a lot of money off of YouTube. I mean, I know he's a big YouTuber now. I can tell you he ain't nowhere close to being able to fight.
Is his channel still even monetized? Or did
YouTube
demonetize it?
I don't know. But I can tell you he doesn't make enough to hire 5 lawyers and keep them on.
No, I'm just
all.
I'm just saying that he may not even be making money from YouTube, which is why he has the Patreon. That he puts everything out on first because,
yeah, we
Google
should get
is a
evil
corporation as well.
We should get evil twirly mustaches to wear. We should, right? Oh God, this Ammon.
Nah, I don't
Ammon guy.
Mustache.
Sorry, Echoes taught me how to say his name. It's Ammon, not Ammon. Even though I think he wants to be a Targaryen prince. I'm gonna still go with that theory, but
he doesn't have the look.
Apparently, if you did not know, Ammon is a Mormon name. I didn't know that. Thank you, Echoes.
It sounds very biblical or whatever.
They demonetize most videos, but he gets a lot from Patreon and has a go. Okay, good. Did Ben say whether he ran this by his lawyer? I think they said he did, but I got some questions.
I have some questions as well. Because I'm hard pressed to believe this video was reviewed and okayed by an attorney.
Well,
I'm shocked.
Attorney's going to tell you what's wrong with it, but it's still up to you if you want to do it. They can't tell you. No,
that's true.
But there are some
pieces in here that maybe go, I don't know if that was a good idea.
Yikes. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But the best thing about Reckless Ben is mispronounces Ammon's name all the time. I love that.
I love actually, you know what I love about his videos? You watch the random misspellings of words throughout of it. Like on some part that says evidence, and it's definitely spelled incorrectly. It's with an A-N-C-E, but it's purposely done and put throughout the video, and it just cracks me up. I don't know why, but it does.
Mm-hmm. Sage Cheese says, my feeling is that the opposing side already has all of the raw video. They do. But let's see what goes down.
To do the right thing and instead instantly called the cops on us.
Hi there, I'm calling to report a crime.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you. It's Ben Snyder who's been the one engaged in this behavior.
You can see in the...
That motherfucker.
Do we have a lie counter? We should have had a lie counter established because that's messed up.
It's so messed up. So that's Ammon saying that Ben and friends have threatened to burn down his store and kill him. Shut up, Ammon. Shut up. They did not. I don't believe him 1 second.
So where did you even get that?
Out of his fucking ass is where he got
Well,
that
I mean,
from.
I feel if this phone call, well, the Axon body camera says it's December, but the video wasn't released till March, right? Was it March or when was it released?
For Ben?
Yeah.
It was May. It was like May 25th or something, 21st.
Oh, that's right. So
Yeah.
because I was thinking like, okay, maybe he got that from the video because it does show him bombing like corporate headquarters, but no, that's not it either. So it's literally just something he made up. I wonder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is before public even
right.
It was already kind of talked about, but before the general public even knew about this.
But see, my head, I know too much to now it's kind of like watching something in real time where you don't know what you don't know. Like you know too much already to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like I have to pretend I don't know anything about the video when you're watching these.
Oh, this pisses me off so fucking.
Or what's happened since the videos came out.
This is why we keep saying these people are going to fight dirty as fuck in court. All right. They're going to fight dirty. They're going to have a team of lawyers. Like, oh, it's so frustrating to have to see this, but it is what it is. Exactly. How do you prove that? I don't know.
You can make any claim you want, but how do you prove that he said that? He's got to prove all this in court.
Right. Hi, Dream. How are you? Hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while. His lying makes it sound worse and trigger the police. Yes. And I believe it's Josh that also does something similar with that. I think it was Josh. We haven't watched all the police phone calls and stuff with you guys yet. We're going to next week start the police, all the unredacted body cam and all that stuff. Probably next week. But I think Josh calls and is like, these people are here. If you don't get here, I'm going to shoot them. Because it was so like really bad acting. Because his cop friend was like, you need to say this. Because who's going to call the cops and be like, yeah, I'm about to shoot this motherfucker? Nobody. And also what pisses me off about that is he says he has a gun and he's going to shoot these people. And yet Ben and them are the fucking...
Right. Well, so I was like, what cop would tell you to say
arrested.
that? They would be like, no, don't do that. Or call the police. You did the right thing. Like, I don't
And not show up with your fucking guns drawn and shit. Where was the SWAT team for this call? Because you don't know who's right or wrong in the situation, but one person is claiming that they have a gun.
They're going to shoot somebody.
I mean, usually in the police stuff we watch, that's you're getting the fucking SWAT team to your house. Like they're not gonna.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like it was pre-planned, but that's just my opinion. But anyway. Okay.
Police report that the crime he wanted to get us charged for is called extortion, which basically means we're threatening him into paying us, which is very illegal. However, obviously he's just making all of this up. The reality is, I just thought it was a nice gesture to give him the opportunity to do the right thing first.
If you guys do have our Legos, we just kind of want them back,
But if there's one thing I've learned from this entire experience, it's that whoever ends up doing the morally right thing just ends up getting screwed over. So now it's time to play the way Bricks and Minifigs is playing and use their own.
It's a tough life lesson for many of us to learn. It's just because you do the good thing does not mean you win.
I kind of was sitting here thinking, like, you're 30. It took you that long to figure that out.
Yeah. He's our sweet summer child, Ben. Our sweet summer child. Yeah, no, that's a tough lesson, life lesson to learn. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be a good person. But yes, you usually don't come out on top from doing the right thing more often than not.
Own strategy against them. Right now, their strategy is to get me arrested before I get them arrested. So now, I'm going to Uno reverse this and get Eamon, the CEO, arrested before he gets me arrested. But if I'm going to be the reason that someone's going to jail, I should probably make sure that they definitely deserve this. So?
All right. I don't think this is good for their RICO case. All right, guys. I don't think this is good for the RICO case. I know, again, there's the entertainment factor and things. I'm not saying that this is completely wrong. I'm not a lawyer, right? He has lawyers that apparently have looked at this, but because of the bam bitches, yikes.
It starts to look a little conspiratorial. and like you're setting somebody up.
It's not great. It's not great. Because we like to think of things of how a jury would eventually see the trial if they go that far, right? I'd be like,
I get his intent, but also, if you haven't watched our Jack Fox video, you have to be very careful about the words you use.
Yes. So, this is one of those that make me go like, oh, yikes.
It may not be actually what you mean, but it's going to be taken that way, whether you meant it.
That, and again, these people are going to look for literally any single thing to file more paperwork, to get more claims. I mean, it doesn't even really matter if it's right or wrong.
No, you're right.
They're just going to use it, weaponize it against Ben, whether the court gives them a TRO or what.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's
Well, I
unfortunate.
can't wait. I can't wait to go down the McNeff rabbit hole. Just you wait, guys. I got big things happening on my end.
Oh, yeah. We have big plans for BAM. If you're into it, we have very big plans for this saga. So that's why it's taken a little while to push content out.
I was going to say. We did not forget.
Meticulously.
We did not forget. We've been busy planning lots of things behind the scenes, but we'll be in this deep. So
putting it together.
I'm going to give them one more chance to try to do the right thing first. But instead of doing the right thing and attempting to work this out, Ammon just hid in his little office.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. We should just talk during the ads.
Well, they're like 5 seconds.
And you called the police on me.
I can already tell you right now, no one's coming out to talk to you guys.
But they told us that they were.
I know.
Normally, I wouldn't want to get someone arrested, but we gave him every opportunity to talk to us. So at this point, he's just arresting himself. However, the only difference between my strategy and Bricks and Minifigs' strategy is I don't have to lie to the police. Eamon McNeff actually committed a crime. I have tons of crimes on camera that Eamon McNeff has committed. Let's start at the beginning with crime number 1.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No. So who's
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who is that?
He's a guy who had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Nope. Never happened.
Eamon was first trying to claim that he's never even heard of Brian Mansell, and this guy definitely never had any Legos in a Bricks and Minifigs store. But once we showed him all of the social media posts his own company made, it was very obvious that we just caught him in a lie. So the CEO decided to change his story, and now the story is the Legos used to be in the store, but the previous owner, Crystal, she stole all the Legos right before they took over the store.
We don't have the Lego. Crystal sold the Lego.
The only problem is there's
I thought he said he didn't know nothing about these Legos. He didn't know who Brian was. He didn't know what all they were there for. How would you know about Crystal then, Eamon?
You don't necessarily have to write it down. I just did a screen capture of that.
Okay, good. Good. Because it's hard for me to write and listen. But yes, Hagen, we wrote that down on our list.
The personal assistant.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, this guy just, he makes me mad just looking at his face. Just with his stupid evil mustache.
I think he looks perfect for his role.
And how dare he wear a Muse shirt? How dare you, Ammon? How dare you?
Security camera footage of the previous owner getting kicked out.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment.
Corporate just said that they're going to be the ones to take over the consignment deal with all the Legos that are still in the store. And as extra proof that these Lego sets were still in the store, the owner went into the back and started taking pictures of everything that you can verify in the metadata with the timestamps that match the exact moment she's getting kicked out. And then you can see her leave the store with nothing in her hands, proving that the sets were still in the store and the CEO is lying to us right now. But that's only one side of the story. I also thought it was fair to hear his side.
You sent a bunch of pictures of the Lego still in the back, and you can see in the security camera footage, corporate comes and throws her out.
Great. I understand what you're talking about, but you have a misunderstanding of what has occurred, and you're taking one person's word over another person's word. You go after the party that's responsible, and you don't want to because that's not easy. You have accepted a narrative that is not.
You're taking one person's word over another person's word, and I want you to take my word over another person's word. That's what I want from you. Like, what did you just say, Evan? You're like, yeah, but do mine. Do my word, not theirs, please. And thanks. Okay. It's not fair. It's not fair, guys.
Not real, and you are continuing to pursue that narrative because it's easy and it gives you views and it gives you all sorts of clout and does all sorts of things that way.
So basically what the CEO is trying to explain to me is we shouldn't be looking at the evidence. Instead, I should just be taking his word for it because he said so.
Crystal Law was a former franchisee of Bricks Minifigs.
Yeah.
She took Mr. Mansell's Lego, sold it, didn't pay him. She has his money. But she sold his Lego. She has his money.
To make it easier for you guys to understand the CEO's argument, we're going to demonstrate his argument with a little skit.
Oh, that wasn't a backflip. No. Oh, are you sure? You have a misunderstanding of what happened.
Yes, this is the exact argument the CEO is trying to make. Something we just saw in video, the CEO is saying never happened, which would mean the CEO is lying. And most people would agree that lying is morally wrong. However, if you lie about a crime, the way Eamon's lying to me right now, then that's not just morally wrong anymore. That crosses into new territory called illegal. The specific crime is called obstruction. If someone commits this crime, they can get arrested.
Open.
We're at the police station, and we're going to charge them with...
It's a criminal crime. I do want to give props to Ben. We literally use that every day. Behind the scenes,
yes.
on the show.
We do, sporadically. It's in our vernacular now, like part of the repertoire.
Thank you. Some people are like, is this going to go to trial? I'm going to say, yeah. Ben will probably take it to trial. As long as he has the money to, I think he will. Because they do seem like a very cute group of altruists, you know? They want to do things for the right way to expose, and the only way you do that is taking them to trial, right? Because you want to take BAM as long as you can for discovery purposes. If you think that they are super corrupt, right? You kind of need that. If you settle before then, you get nothing. You know, you don't. Nothing gets exposed. But that takes a lot of money to go to trial. For the criminal charges, yeah, I'd fucking take those to trial. If you have a good enough lawyer, I'd probably take, and they're misdemeanors. They're not, well, one I think is a felony. I don't remember what the, oh shit, some of them are misdemeanors. I get them confused because there's like 4 cases to keep track of. Either way, with the way the cops were during all of these, I'd fucking take that shit to trial real quick. That's what I would do. But the civil ones, I mean, most things don't go to trial, criminal or civil. Most don't, but I can see them wanting to take it all the way. BAM doesn't want it to go to trial. I can tell you that. They don't want this to go to trial at all, ever. So,
well, I wouldn't think so because the discovery on their part would be pretty enlightening.
Yeah, but the thing I appreciate about Ben, because I am not a person like Ben, is his I don't give a fuck. Like he just so seems unfazed by many things. Like
I don't know that he's unfazed. He's looking pretty tired in his update videos.
Yeah, court will do that to you. It's stressful as shit. But I love criminal crime now. I know. We did it on shirts and everything.
It's a criminal crime.
BAM spent over 800,000 on professional service last year. I mean, the longer he takes, it could make the company go bankrupt, but that doesn't necessarily mean it makes Eamon and them go bankrupt. But I want to see the discovery with BAM as well. I mean, I have my own opinions about their business dealings. I wouldn't be surprised. This is a mess for them. This is a mess, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
The criminal crime, obstructing of evidence of A $200,000 theft. And good news for us, we found out last week that all of the police in Utah take obstruction very seriously here. The police arrested my friend Sheldon for obstruction just for locking his phone.
Right now you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back. I was just locking my phone.
You're under arrest for obstruction of evidence right now.
The crazy part is the police didn't even have a warrant, so Sheldon locking his phone was 100% legal. But the police arrested him anyways because that's literally how serious the police take obstruction crimes here. They do not mess around when it comes to obstruction. So now, just imagine how angry the police are going to be.
Sheldon and Friends got a very good lawyer for them to sue the cops. They got a very what was his name? Rader. Solomon Rader, was that his name? It's a firm that specializes in police bullshit. They have a very good case ahead of them. And I can't wait for theirs.
When I go into the police station and tell them that someone is actually, for real this time, committing an obstruction crime. And this obstruction crime is on a much bigger scale. Later, the police called me saying that they were going to do a police investigation on this.
Hey, Benjamin, this is Officer Halpern from Provo Police.
I told the detective the entire situation.
He was saying that this family's Lego sets were never even in the store, like all of this stuff. And it's all documented. I have video of all of him saying this. I think he's like falsifying evidence, and I think that's obstruction.
And now that we stole Bricks and Minifigs' strategy, I think the plan is finally going to work.
Looks like the CEO is going down.
I mean, I submitted the videos of Eamon saying we're going to burn down the building and shoot him.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you.
And then I submitted all the raw...
It's a lot of ors, he just said. He said this, or they said this, or they said this, instead of and.
I was like, well, which is it?
Look at you, Jack Fox, rubbing off on us over here. Which one is... Yeah. Why would you be using the word or? Ammon. If it happened, it happened. You'd say and. They told me they were going to burn my company down, and they said they were going to shoot me.
And then they said this. And then they said this.
Or you're giving them a choice. Like, pick one of these. Which one do you want? Pick one. Like, nobody says it that
Whichever
way.
one sounds better in the report. Put that one in there.
God, such a bad... Yes, it's obviously not true. Tux, what a bad fucking liar he is. I'm glad he's a bad liar. Hi, Winks. Happy to see you today, babes. He makes you so mad.
Footage of the entire conversation I had with him, proving to the police that we never even said anything close to this. This raw footage verifies that everything I told the police is true, and everything Eamon told the police is a lie. On top of that, I even got access to the complete case Eamon made against me, and he doesn't have a single piece of evidence to support any of his claims. Which I guess makes sense. Like, how can you support evidence if you're just making everything up? Like, of course you can't submit anything.
So if the police have to decide what case to pursue, they're obviously going to pursue this case because it has like a ton of evidence. And then they're going to throw out Eamon's case. It has no evidence at all.
Wow.
The person you're trying to reach is not available.
Hello, my name is Ben Schneider. A couple months ago, I made a case, and you were the officer that was helping me create it. I submitted a bunch of evidence through a link you sent me, and this was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard it.
Yes, we should. Buffy, we're starting a new LLC called Or LLC.
Well, let's do it.
I forgot about all the fun LLC names we could make just for this saga.
Or LLC.
Or. Don't you believe me? Or. God.
Sounds like a seal. Or. Nobody clip that. I do not want to see that played back anywhere on social media.
I do. We need to make Ammon, right? Is that the right? I don't know. I'm trying to say it right. Whatever.
It's okay. You can say his name incorrectly. Everybody's making fun of him anyway.
Is Amos listening? Because I need her to make an Ammon seal Lego figure with his evil mustache. Or. We're such assholes.
We are.
I love it.
Anything back. And so I'm just calling to see if I can get some type of update on how the case is going. It's about the CEO, Eamon McNeff of Bricks and Minifigs in an obstruction case. And so if you could give me a call back, at your earliest convenience, that'd be awesome.
You, just you,
Commercial.
building your app on base 44.
I can't build an app, but thank you.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
Yeah, literally no matter what I tried, I could not get a hold of this police officer. So I'm traveling all the way back to Utah to go back to the Provo police station in person to see how the police investigation against Ammon is going. And I just so happened to get a hold of the police schedule and arrived at the exact time this officer was supposed to arrive. But before I could speak to this officer, one of the other police officers called into the front desk and asked to talk to me.
On duty right now.
Really? They said he was going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
What are the odds?
There's always the chance that they might have called out sick or something.
Is there any way that you can like check if he's here, or?
He's definitely scheduled to be here. Like I said, they might have called out sick or something.
Are you able to look and see how the case is going? All I really want is kind of just an update on the case.
That's not something that I can tell you over the phone.
Okay, you can't even just tell me like how it's going, like if he's still looking into it, or?
No, I can't. That's not something I can do.
Okay, well, thank you.
So basically, I came all the way out here to find 0 answers, but eventually I did find an answer. They sent it to me in the mail, and looks like I was right. The police only had time to take on one of our cases, and it was Ammon's, not mine. Yes, the case that had an overwhelming amount of evidence, they thought that case was garbage, and they took on the case that has 0 evidence at all. In the police body cam footage, after the police watched my full conversation...
Sorry, they're making out. They're going to fucking hate that, and that's hilarious. Sorry.
Proving that I didn't threaten to burn the place down or literally anything, they even admitted to Eamon that there was no credibility with his entire case against me.
We agreed that there really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, you know, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys. You're not having to deal with this fool. And
do you? There's no crime, ma'am. Your
But
job's
that
done.
seems very biased. Why are you making that judgment? There's no crime here. Sorry, we can't do anything. Not here. Let me help you find one.
Yeah. Which, by the way, spoilers, that's about what she's getting ready to do. I don't know. I don't think they said the name of this officer, but somebody's going to be in a lawsuit. I'll tell you that right now.
I
It's
believe
crazy.
I watched some of BJC's stream from yesterday, and she
Oh,
knows
did
the
you?
name of that officer. And there's some dirt on her too.
Shut
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Oh, I love BJ.
So
We're big fans. I only get to usually see her on Replay Crew, though. I wish I had more time to watch her stuff. She's fantastic. She makes an appearance in this video. I
yes,
love it.
and her rant in the first like half hour of that video. Oh, she has feelings about this particular police officer.
Did you say it was yesterday?
Yeah, it was like 15 hours ago.
Noted. I'm going to watch that sometime in the next few days, but I'm not streaming. Oh, I don't. Oh,
At
no, I do
some
have a show
point.
tonight too. I know, right? Ooh, I want to know more. Okay, let's listen to this fucking bullshit.
all of his issues. We did find that there was another code that fit, and it's called aggravated commercial obstruction.
The police just told Eamon that even though there's absolutely nothing to his claim against me, if they work together, maybe they can fabricate some type of charge against me.
However, the tricky thing is that we have to prove that this individual either entered or remains unlawfully on the premise. When he came to the property, did you have to ask him more than once to leave?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, we're not leaving until we
Are you fucking kidding? You just feed him like you're literally leading him on to give you what you need, and he knows. They fucking know what they're doing here. But Ben's the asshole. Ben's the criminal, the crime criminal. Like what? Ugh. This is not how this is supposed to
Crime
work.
criminal.
Yes, he's a crime criminal.
You're gonna find some way to verb all of that. He's a criminal that criminally crimes.
This pisses me off so fucking much. So much.
get it. And he's like, no. Like,
So Eamon's telling the police that even though they continuously told us to leave, we didn't leave. But if we go back and look at the footage of what happened, this is the reality.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time? I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. Okay. As a separate business entity, you got to take it up with them. You got to resolve it with them.
Okay, well, thanks so much, guys.
It's good.
Sweet, thank you.
That was scary, guys. That was such a scary interaction. Did you see how threatening they were? Jesus Christ.
But also, this is clearly from cameras from inside the building. This is not, spy glasses or the meta glasses or a phone camera. This is from their own store. So to say that, that's not what happened. Comes from Bricks and Minifigs. At least I noticed that. I was like, wait, this is from inside. So it's not even like they made it look like that.
Objection leading the liar. Yeah. Oh, she's getting named in a lawsuit. I'll tell you that right now. That's fucking wild. Again, why are you bending back? You're just apparently a police officer. This is just somebody calling in. Why are you bending over backwards for them? Why would you do that? It's so weird, don't you think? I bet there's a connection somewhere. Wow.
They're on their way out.
Also, Ben's pants. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know.
I know Ben has the most wild outfits, and I love that for them. They never match. They're very 90s style. I love it. It fits him very well. It fits his laissez-faire attitude, I think.
It kind of looks like the reality of what happened is we left too early for them. They wanted to pull us back in to keep talking to us. But we did show back up a second time. And to Ammon's credit, about halfway through the conversation, he did say that if we don't leave, he's going to call the cops on us.
You can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
And this is right after I told him you could do it either the easy way and just give us the Legos back, or we can do it the hard way, implying that we would take him to court.
So you're threatening me.
I'm not threatening. We're right. Like, we have a right to the Legos, so we're going to get them the easy way or the hard way.
What proof of ownership have you provided to me that you own this Lego?
I mean, I can give you proof if you want.
Right, provide proof.
But right after he says this, he's now asking us to provide him proof that we actually are entitled to these Legos, so we can't leave now because he just told us to stay and provide proof. And then at the very end of the conversation, he says this one more time.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us, and so see you later.
So scary.
Well, we have now all just seen the video footage of what actually happened. But now let's hear how Ammon describes it to the police.
Guys, at this point, I've asked you to leave. Please leave. Well, you have to listen to us. You have to pay us this money. No, guys, you need to leave, and you're not leaving. But I asked multiple times. They did not leave.
Looks like that might be a second-degree felony. He's facing felony charges. It is a felony?
Yes, because
her fucking laugh. Bitch, are you kidding me? Oh, he's facing. Look at what we're doing. Oh, that would qualify. Are you kidding me?
Is she like a paid paid person on their side?
It is weird. Her giddiness.
I have questions.
Disgusting. I have questions.
She seems very eager to help.
She does. It's disgusting.
That's why I was asking, do you think she's paid? Like, is she a crony? Allegedly, maybe. I'm asking questions. I don't know anything.
That's it's weird. Especially for like a case like this. Like, it is literally, is there not other important shit going around where you're over here basically conspiring? You talk about some conspiring going on here. It sounds a lot like what's happening right here. Let's figure out how we can work this in your favor. Unbelievable.
I went to the corporate headquarters and tried to give Ammon the easy way out of all of this. They're now trying to get me on a second-degree felony, which I don't really know how any of this would make me get a second-degree felony. Like, what the heck, police officers? But they're doing it, and the punishment for this crime is 15 years in jail.
80% of our students attend debt-free Columbus State Community College. We're making Central Ohio
I knew that was
strong.
going to happen.
Hi, I'm JT, and I made Result Hunter, the search engine for conservatives. Let me just tell you what it does.
That was not a good time.
First of all, big tech.
I don't care.
I don't know, like however else, like some of that stuff comes through, but like the reality is like, we've tried to talk with him and said, we're willing to work with you.
I think one of the main reasons the police keep taking Ammon's side instead of ours, besides the whole Mormon thing, is that Ammon keeps framing the situation as he's just the helpful CEO who's trying to do the right thing and return Brian's property. And we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian. So I say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Yeah, because Brian said he
was unwilling to work with us.
Well, Brian said he asked for the store inventory, and that because he said like he wanted to work with you, and then you guys didn't provide the store inventory.
We asked him to provide us with any documentation, and he provided us with a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet is not something that anybody, you can just walk over to a McDonald's right now and say, all of your ice cream machines belong to me. Why? Because so-and-so said so. Why? And I have a spreadsheet that says that all these ice cream machines belong to me. That's not proof of ownership. That's not proof of anything.
So first off, this spreadsheet Ammon's referring to wasn't just some mystery spreadsheet. It was the actual inventory the store made. But I guess Ammon's trying to claim that the previous owner stole the Legos and then lied on the inventory. And so now it basically makes this inventory invalid. He said that when corporate was taking over the store, that they actually did their own inventory. And this is the correct inventory.
When we took over, we did an inventory.
And good news for me, he's willing to give me this inventory. He's actually always been willing to give it to me or Brian. All we've ever had to do was ask.
We will work with you to obtain any Lego that does exist.
Well, we did that, and you guys.
When?
I think like 5 or 6 times, and we've gotten 0 response back.
Yeah, literally the first thing I did right when I heard about this entire situation was I Googled Bricks and Minifigs, clicked on their website, clicked contact us, and sent them a message. I actually got a message back from corporate saying that they would love to help, but after a few months, I kept trying to reply to this message, and they just completely ghosted me.
I think we've done like 6 over the last 4 or 5 months.
Pull it up. Find out. Tell me when.
Let's see. I said hey, I don't think this ever got resolved. I'm just reaching back out right now, and then never.
Hit forward right now. Resend it.
What's the email?
That is I don't know what email address that is.
This is on your.
I don't know. So they started the conversation. He doesn't know who he's talking about. He doesn't know Brian. He doesn't know anything. And you can see his wheels are spinning oh, really? Well, show me. Oh, you can show me. Well, do this instead. Do this instead because this is makes me
Hit
look
forward
bad.
right now because I don't believe you actually sent it.
And I'm going to give you demands. What? God, this fucking guy.
Oh, well, we don't use
website.
That. Right.
That says fbc.team. I said franchise at bricksandminifigs.com.
Well, this is still on the website, so.
Did I tell you to look up something on the website and send it there?
Well,
did I say that? Just barely.
What a condescending little prick he is.
Oh my God. That sounds like my dad.
I know.
Did I tell you to do that? Did I say that? Oh my God.
Sir, you were the one
having flashbacks to childhood.
The problem here. Okay, he's such a fucking dick. I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy at all. At all. Oh my gosh, you guys talk so quickly over in this side chat here. Oh my goodness.
That's why.
Yes or no? Did I say that?
No.
I just said send me an email to franchise@bricksminifigs.com and we will work with that.
But you're getting mad at me because I emailed the email on the website?
You keep saying that you So I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you, send it to that one.
Yeah, but you're getting upset at us that we emailed the email that was on your website.
No, I'm telling you the way to do this, and you've been probably trying to communicate with a ghost.
So you just admitted that whole get to us doesn't do anything or exist? You are ridiculous. By the way, you can send your stuff to this all you want. Nobody's answering them. So, because we don't actually give a shit about anybody that has problems. So, it does not make you look better, sir, at all.
Well, that's your guys' fault for putting that email on the website.
Sure. Okay.
Ben, so why are you getting mad at us? Because we emailed the website for your instructions.
You continue to harass us for all sorts of things. I'm not getting mad at you.
We're not harassing. We're just asking for our Legos back. If someone stole money from you and you went and politely asked for the money back, is that you harassing them?
It seems like Ammon kept either trying to stall or switch the subject. It almost seems like he doesn't want to actually give us this inventory. But he keeps saying he's willing to give it to us.
You guys can send that inventory list to us?
I do believe so, yes. I think we have sent that to Brian.
He says he said that's all he wants is the inventory list, and he'll stop like bugging you guys.
Well, then, Mr. Mansell and you, and if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go.
But you guys will give him the inventory list because he said he's been asking for it for over a year now.
We can show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal Law, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't there, and also try and identify how to proceed from there.
Yeah, I think Brian gets upset because he says they always say that they'll send me the list, kind of like how you're saying, oh, we can send it easily. But then when it comes down to it, you'll never actually send it. So maybe if you actually go ahead and send it, it would make him feel better.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get at. We're more than willing to work with you and help you. That's what I'm saying. Send an email to that email address that I just gave to you, and that will produce results.
Anyways,
For someone trying to be so helpful, he seems very frazzled and very confrontational. I don't get the vibe he wants to help. Why are you all being like that? Why you sound so scared, Ammon? He's ridiculous. Ben should call. He should call the Ghostbusters next. Yeah, a lot of squirming, a lot of wiggling there. That's the face of somebody that knows they done fucked up, but okay.
An email to the email he told me about, not the one on their website. That's a bad email. Don't ever email that one or the C.
You're invited to join Phoenix Energy's next webinar, where you can drill deeper into our bond.
We don't have time for
we currently
webinars.
offer 2 investment options.
CEO is going to be pissed. But according to Ammon, now that I've sent this email, I should be receiving the inventory list very soon. So I waited all day. And I got no answer. So the next day, I sent them another email. I patiently waited again for about a week. And finally...
This is the response. Mr. Schneider,
Oh, we read this.
BAM Franchising Incorporation will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content. Attempts to obtain privileged or confidential information through misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents.
Just for me asking for this inventory list to prove their innocence, because I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, if you're innocent, I want to prove that you're innocent with this inventory list. But now, by me trying to do that, that's criminal behavior on my part.
And considered harassment. And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities, aka the cops.
So don't ask for our inventory list or else we're going to call the cops.
Yes, Bricks Minifigs has officially banned me from ever asking for this inventory list again. And I'm not the only one who's banned from asking for this list.
He promised us a full inventory right away. We've never received it.
Yeah, and every time it's been just absolutely nothing. So we've never gotten anything. We've never gotten an inventory list.
Yeah.
Now, Buffy, you explained in one of our previous shows about how when this does happen, they should have hired a third party to do inventory.
Correct.
And instead, it was Brandon and Josh, I think, or was it just Brandon? Either way, they didn't do what normally happens in a store takeover, if you will. Like BAM themselves did not do any of that.
Not anything that I've seen in my experience. Now, I'm sure not every company operates that way, but in my experience, it's a third-party company that keeps your hands clean for people that are in the company where things disappear or you say something's there that's not actually there. So
it's weird how that happened. That's a usual thing, and for some reason, it's not here. It's interesting. You know, because listen, I know that Crystal and other Ben, they had some issues running their business. Running businesses is hard. All right. It happens all of the time, but they're trying to throw them under the bus hard, and putting all of the blame on them. Bro, you are the top of the chain here, and you didn't do your diligence by hiring a third party that you probably should have done. So
And what's
I think
actually funny is
like
that
you're bad at-
usually before you do a takeover, you want to have the former owner there so that while you're doing, even if you had an internal auditor, which I used to run a movie theater, manage a movie theater, whatever, and I would do the inventory for the theater, which was ridiculous. But we'd also have somebody come in from corporate office to monitor, because I used to do inventory, and do the inventory. And just to make sure that I wasn't fudging numbers, saying that we had the stock on hand that we didn't actually have. So, but you would want somebody from both parties so that we could both sign off saying what's here is here. Right? It's to keep both people honest.
Exactly. So like who's the bad business owner? Ammon. Probably you. You're the one that's in this pickle. Would be my opinion. Yeah, if you didn't know, we also started the new Couch Court with Llama channel. We're only 3 subs away from 100 subs on our first day, which is amazing. So you can find the link pinned in chat. Eventually, this show will be moving over there permanently, but not until it's up and going. So the more subs we have, the quicker that channel can hold its own. So I just want to, again, people do make business mistakes all of the time. All right, all the time. But if you're going to throw other people under the bus when you also done fucked up because you decided not to do things how corporates normally do things, you should be called out too, sir.
The previous owner who got her entire store stolen from her by corporate, I mean, she's legally required to get sent an inventory list. And even she, 2 years later, has not gotten it yet.
It would have resolved everything because they would have had to identify everything in the store, and it would have identified all of Brian's stuff. And they never provided it. So we couldn't then demand the third party evaluation.
And it's now, what, a year and a half later?
Who knows what.
Still no inventory.
Dang.
So would have solved a lot of problems a year and a half ago to go, here's the inventory.
And even Brian still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales because they can't provide it. They opened the store up almost right away and started selling it.
And the worst part about all of this is it seems like the CEO is pretty much just trying to rub all of this in everyone's face. When I turned on the news, I saw this.
Hey, you. Did you
Hey,
miss out on
what's
voting
up?
in past elections?
No.
Don't let it happen again.
Don't be
It's
rude.
time to register.
As far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory and shown him that inventory to offer that?
We've tried to share those with Mr. Mansell in hopes that he can see, that we were not attempting in any way, shape, or form to withhold anything. Those then were offered to him, and the initial offer was rejected.
So now on public television, Ammon, the CEO, is telling the world that he tried to give us this inventory, but we're the ones that didn't want it.
We do want to help him recover as much of the collection. Our number one priority right now is to ensure that he gets made whole. We know that we have a responsibility to work with him to make sure he does get made whole.
So you've offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store.
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table so we can discuss.
But you said you didn't know what they were, and now you do. What are the odds? Shut up.
And this is pretty much Ammon's game plan now. Go on as many news stations as you can and lie.
The entire time we were saying, hey, we want to help,
The main narrative now seems to be Bricks Minifigs has always been trying to give Brian his Legos back, but Brian just never wanted them back.
Would you be willing to just take this? And the answer was no. It was attempted to be given to the family, and it was refused. They made the offer and said, hey, you can have all this. And that offer was not accepted at the time.
Well, that's Ammon's side of the story, but I say let's take a look at what actually happened.
Read from the bottom up. That is our correspondence with Bricks and Minifigs, trying to work with them and getting the sets back.
So right when this happened, Brian hired an attorney to reach out to Bricks and Minifigs. They sent an email saying, how should we proceed to retake the possession of the sets/minifigures? And they actually emailed back saying they were willing to help. And then after this, they just never respond. So Brian's attorney sent them another email, just following up on this, when can we pick up the sets? And they still didn't respond. So the attorneys emailed back saying, it's now been 16 days. How can we get these Legos back? And finally, they received a response.
It says Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson have no legal obligation to return any of the Lego product that exists in their store to you. What? So yeah, basically they're saying that they're the ones that are not able to work with you, is what it seems like.
Exactly.
They finished this email saying, we consider this matter closed and will not be returning any Lego products to you. So as you can see, that's the reality of what actually happened. But then Ammon goes on Fox News and says this.
So they actually did have an attorney send information to us. We said, great, appreciate this. Let's see what we can do to work this out.
Yeah.
And then we never heard back.
So why is Ammon going on like Fox News then and saying, we wanted to give Brian his stuff back. He's the one that didn't want his stuff back. He didn't want any of his things.
That's my point. I don't know. He's lying.
I truly do believe in integrity. Truly, I believe in the sentiment of integrity, and I believe everyone should have integrity.
But anyways, another thing the CEO seems to be pretty upset about is that when Brian kept demanding his stuff back and couldn't get it back, eventually he had enough. And he was like, I'm going to make a Facebook post about this. And in his Facebook post, he called Bricks and Minifigs thieves and liars. And this Facebook post, like, really pissed off Ammon. I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is literally suing Brian now for millions of dollars, all because of this.
Wow.
And back when I was talking to him at corporate headquarters, he made it very clear that what they did is technically not actually considered theft.
There is no theft. Do you understand the legal definition of theft?
Do you?
Legally have to be
So
the definition of knowing that the property was stolen or otherwise not belonging to that person.
And on my phone,
That was not known until Mr. Mansell came in days later and said, I have some of these things that need to be.
and that's another lie again, because
It's not another lie.
So I showed Ammon the security camera footage where,
Again, this is the man who said, I don't know who the fuck Brian. He's wearing the same shirt. So he was like, I don't know who the fuck Brian is. And then it's like, oh, but wait, we did all this stuff for him. This guy.
corporate acknowledges that they are now going to be responsible for these Lego Star Wars sets.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
And after showing him this footage to try to bring the conversation back to reality, this was his response.
Now extortion?
Because we caught you guys?
No, because you are attempting to extort us. So that's what you're doing. What you are doing right now is illegal. It's an extortion.
So catching you guys in illegal activity, that's illegal on me.
No. We have done nothing.
See, I agree too. I agree. Nope, it's not illegal on us. Thank you for.
Done nothing illegal, and you are doing something illegal right now.
I said
I don't think it's illegal. I think us catching you guys for doing the illegal thing doesn't make that what we're doing is illegal. That means what you guys are doing is illegal.
Hey. Look.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us. And
I wonder who he's on the phone with.
What's that? I just built a budgeting
Oh,
app.
probably the cops, I think, at that
Guys,
point.
Nina just
That's what I was wondering.
After just
I don't
going
know
around
them.
in circles for probably 30 to 40 minutes and just, having like kind of less than genuine questions or less than genuine responses being given to me, I was exasperated by the end of it. And that's, like when people get tired and exasperated, that's when we finally got the footage that we can use to make him look like a completely unreasonable monster, but that's what they do is people whose goal is to do those types of things.
Go right ahead, Buff.
I want Jack to listen to the things this man says.
Oh, he did one video. I don't know if it was this one though.
I don't know if it was this one,
but yeah.
But because the way he words things. He wasn't getting. He's like you. We weren't getting rational responses. I wasn't getting responses to the questions you was asking. I was like, sir, we were getting like 2 stories in like 3 seconds every time you opened your mouth.
Right.
Like
And then
I
he
was
just
getting
does-
whiplash.
He's pulling the whole schmear campaign that Jan Owens likes to do. Oh, they're just making these videos for clicks and likes and blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah.
They're
We're
just
real
trying to make me
business
look
owners.
stupid. They're
No,
not.
sir.
They're just making me look stupid. Well,
You've made
release
yourself
the
look
raw
stupid.
footage, and I bet you don't look any better. Like I don't think you were edited to look stupid. I think that's
I
exactly
want
how you just talked.
I want all of Ben's raw footage from this. I don't care if it's like 1,000 hours. I will sit here and stream all of it and talk about all of it. I don't care how much time it is. I
We've
want to
done
see it all.
12-hour streams before. We will stream it.
We will
and
every
watch it.
day until we go through it because just because these are condensed from hours and hours and hours of footage. I mean, we know that they have to have more.
That's crazy.
I don't say I think that they're hiding anything in the additional footage, but I want to see it all. I want to see what more bullshit he said that maybe they didn't pick up on that was even more bullshit.
Mhm.
Like, let's dissect the fuck out of everything this guy said and fool. Let's do it, Ben. Whenever you're ready
Absolutely.
and it's allowed. Now's probably not a good time. So don't put it out yet. That's probably bad. Don't do
No,
that.
but you can send it to me in an email.
But we're ready when you are, is all I'm saying.
They just harass and go after people as long and hard as they can until somebody breaks and says something that then they can use that one clip to be like, oh, look at this horrible monster of a person. So that's what I feel like is kind of
That
really
sounds
happened
like
here.
a
So Amon's
confession.
claiming that I just harassed him for 30 minutes and finally he got fed up with us, which that was the one clip at the end that I used in my documentary. So I say let's go to the very beginning of the footage, my first interaction with them, and see what actually happened.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
Yeah, literally from the very first sentence we ever exchanged with each other, Amon's goal was just to lie to us. But anyways, I'm now starting to think that the only reason Amon wanted us to email him about the inventory list wasn't actually give us the inventory list, but actually it was a trap. Yeah, Amon only wanted me to email him so he can find out my email and subpoena Google and find out all of my private information.
Wild.
You think I'm lying, but they actually did this. They subpoenaed Google asking for all private information tied to this email address. And Google sent them like hundreds of hours of all the raw footage from everything I've filmed to the Lego video so far, all my emails, all my search history, all the metadata that shows everywhere I've been. But anyways, this was the reaction of the police officer after she watched my entire first episode.
I'm really curious to see like if this school even makes any money doing this YouTube stuff. I'm like, if it's enough for him to travel to another state.
Why are you even caring? That sounds like a lawyer
Exactly.
client conversation, not a cop, citizen
One,
conversation.
I cannot believe that Google gave them everything.
I
Just
can.
like that. It's just like that. That's pretty wild.
Because Google is evil. Sorry, Google. I know
As we're on YouTube. But wow.
Look,
first
I'm
and
aware.
foremost.
I sleep with the enemy. I can't help it. We're all stuck in that vicious cycle, right? We're addicted. We're stuck with our abusers.
Yeah, it was too vague. I guess what surprises me is this vagueness of this, subpoena or whatever it was that they gave to them. It was not very specific. I think it's way too much information that they probably shouldn't have gotten, but I don't know. That seems a little wild to me. Also, this fucking cop just being like, "Oh, he's a fool." Who's the fool-looking bitch now? You are. You look like the fucking fool. But it is weird that she has this boner out to get them for some reason after watching a video. Why?
Right?
What? And
Why?
by the way, I don't think it's because of all the police stuff, because honestly, his first video, the police don't seem too bad. Like, it's not until the second one, when it's more like the American, when they're in Utah, that you're like, what the fuck? So it is weird that she just has this huge like hate boner after apparently only watching this first video to take Ben and his friends down. Like,
So
make
that
make sense.
cop, is she in Utah or Oregon?
Utah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is all Utah stuff. Oh, it was a warrant, but still.
Oh, so it just starts fitting into the big puzzle that keeps getting put together. Something with Utah, there's something in, stinky in Utah.
Yeah, it rubs me the wrong way. It really, really does. It's fucking wild.
It doesn't even sound like his like secret information doesn't even seem credible.
That's what I think, Brian.
No, so it sounds like you were able to watch the video.
I think by secret information, the police officer is referring to the security camera footage that proves that everything Bricks and Minifigs is saying is a lie. My first question is...
So back to the Google thing. The reason why is because I felt like the window that they asked for was so vague. So normally we're watching trials and stuff, usually they're murder trials, and the subpoena has to be within a time period, right? It's not usually like, I want their whole life history of Google. It's no, I'm requesting information from this date to this date, right? But no, they fucking got everything, which is why I'm like, it's weird. No, we do
have a copy of the subpoena? Because I would like to read the whole thing.
Now we do have some resident lawyers who are in the chat. So resident lawyers, you know who you are. If you want to correct me on that, because that is what I'm a little confused
I don't
about.
think you can ask for everybody. You can't get somebody's entire history off of a phone. That's phishing. You have to ask for specific dates. You can't fish. You have to say, I know that this is in here. You're supposed to say, I know what's in here. I'm looking for something between this and this date because I know this is here.
Yeah.
You can't just take someone's technology.
And remember, it's a warrant. A judge has to sign off on these things. So
otherwise it's just a fishing expedition. Because you're just looking for something. You can't just go looking for something.
Wow. That's wild. She fucking knows better. Who looks like the fool now? Medina. Wow.
How could this not be credible? It's literally just video evidence of what happened that night. But at least now I can see why the police aren't listening to me. They're basically just saying that all of the evidence I submit to them is not credible and therefore case closed. Ben's wrong and we're right because we said that the evidence is uncredible. At this point, Bricks and Minifigs is working with the police to just come up with whatever story they can to make any evidence I give them seem as uncredible as possible.
In all of his actions to just generate clicks and likes to get, like social media clout without putting in work and just doing the crummy stuff.
Interesting.
Try imagining a place where it's always safe and warm. Come
nice.
in, she said, I'll give you shelter from the storm.
Oh, I love Bobby D. Oh, we're getting lots of music. We're not, don't worry, our monetization is gone anyway.
Depop, $12.
He seems like a fun gentleman.
No. Oh, and
his MO really seems to follow somebody who's like a paper tiger, right? Like who, like behind, or like a keyboard warrior. They'll make threats.
And this is the craziest part of the video to me. Ammon's claiming that I'm a keyboard warrior. And a keyboard warrior is basically just someone who talks a lot of smack online, but then when it actually comes down to it, they won't do anything in person.
Somebody using words that they don't know what they actually mean, but they're hot buzzwords, so we're going to use them to degrade people. We all know exactly what kind of person you are, Ammon. Thank you, Rose, for the $2 super chat. Check out the BAM map if you haven't seen it. We have seen it. It's a lot of information to go through, but it is a fascinating. Whoever's been putting that together, as well as who do we get the docs for? Chris reports things. He's doing a great job with docs, and especially redacting them, which is very much appreciated because YouTube does not like that shit. But yes, the BAM map is very interesting. Very, very interesting. These people are so dirty, in my opinion. Dirty, dirty, dirty.
Which, I mean, if we look back at the footage, I accomplished almost everything I set out to do. I didn't get scared of anything. If someone in this story is a keyboard warrior, I don't think it's me. I think it's Bricks and Minifigs. I mean, let's double check by looking at the footage. Ammon claims with his words that he can give us the inventory list.
We can show the inventory list.
But when it actually comes down to it, he's terrified to give it to anyone. Bricks and Minifigs this entire time has also just been begging me to sue them.
If you think it's illegal, why right? Show me. Let's go to court. Show me for us. Show me. Let's go to court.
Is that the hard way? I'm pretty sure that's the hard way. So didn't they threaten the hard way first? If that's a threat, as they like to say, it's just saying.
So when I finally go out and actually sue them, they close down their store. And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to absolute extreme lengths to hide from this lawsuit.
Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just...
No, I'm not accepting service from her. Okay. Absolutely not.
I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is showing all of the signs of a keyboard warrior, but for some reason they think that I'm the keyboard warrior. At this point, it almost seems like everything Bricks and Minifigs is doing, for some reason they think that I'm the one that's the one doing it.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys. Hopefully no more issues. There's so many other things that this guy could like be talking about, right?
No, 100%. But sometimes, like it's a sunk cost fallacy. They just think, oh, I put so much time and effort into this. I gotta make sure something happens.
Oh.
Did he just bring up sunk cost fallacy? Oh, Ammon. What? But again, what's her with all her boot licking? Gross.
All right.
Gross.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, Ammon just completely proves my point. Obviously, I'm not suffering from the sunk cost fallacy at all. Ammon's the one suffering from the sunk cost fallacy. I mean, they literally already admitted to me that they've held onto the Legos for so long, it's not worth it for them to give it back to us anymore.
I'm not going to distribute those things at this point. We've kept them on hold for this long, so.
Let's see what else Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Well, they're suing me for defamation. But this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs is actually the ones defaming me.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down.
Let's go to the next thing Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Extortion. When they're the ones actually extorting me by saying if I don't let them steal the Legos from us, they're going to make up a reason to throw me in jail.
You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang. Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
Bricks and Minifigs is also getting me for RICO charges.
They're charging Reckless Ben for RICO. I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me. They're also accusing me of sending a sniper to shoot out the windows of the McNeff house.
If you guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting from. It could be a sniper bullet on the hill.
When the police got there, they realized it was actually a construction worker who accidentally shattered the window.
It seems more likely that it happened from construction work than it happened from some random people across the way.
But even after all this,
I listened to that Dan phone call, Papa McNeff's phone call to the police about, I think somebody shot out my window. It was the most bullshit call I've ever heard. It didn't even make any sense. He's like, no, it's not a big deal. Even though my grandchildren are in the house, I just wanted you to know. You're accusing people, a group of people dressed in black with their faces covered, shooting out windows of your house, and you're like, it's fine. I know my grandkids, my family are here, but it's I don't know, it's fine. Such a bunch of crazy bullshit. No. Okay.
Did you see in the captions that it said freaks and minifigs?
I did.
I did. It made me giggle.
Oh, I love closed captions.
they still go online and say it was me.
He's trying to get Ben Schneider for like attempted murder. He's basically trying to set Ben Schneider up for attempted murder when meanwhile it was a nail from his own construction worker.
So what's the moral of the story here? It looks like everything bad Bricks and Minifigs is doing, they think that I'm the one that's doing the bad thing. It makes no sense.
I'm grateful for many things, and talk-space therapy
You can always
is one of them.
mute the
Because
ads
Adam
if
and
you
I
don't
have-
want to get hit for those music.
Well, by the time I get over to the other screen, it's at the skip button already because I have it up on a different one right now. So it's fine.
So, just to let you know, we call it a double blind. The person who committed the crime may or may not be in the lineup or depicted. So I will give this to you. You'll have as much time as you need to choose someone or to not choose anyone. Whenever you're able to feel that you have ID'd somebody, it's asked that you circle it and then you show next to it.
And then like that. Perfect. Okay. There you go. Okay.
Cool.
really this was like the final step that I needed. This is legit. We've been able to verify who he is now.
Yep.
So the police put on this big performance to make it look like they're going to all this work to verify the facts, when in reality, they already know who I am. They already subpoenaed Google. They already watched my entire first Lego video. They already went through all my search history. To me, this just feels like a staged performance so they can show the world, hey, look, we verified everything, when
100%. 100. Oh, this guy, we put a bunch of random pictures and he happened to pick all the right ones and put his initial here. Bull fucking shit. That I can't wait for these other lawsuits to happen. Let me tell you what.
if they would have just put an equal amount of effort into watching the raw footage I submitted to them, they would have found out that Ammon's just completely lying to them. But for some reason, they didn't. A few weeks later, when I ended up going to court, this was the state's response.
My name is Nick Mielstein. I'm the prosecutor. Is Benjamin Schneider here?
Yes.
If you want to take care of that today, we could do what we call a plea in abeyance.
Were you able to see the footage I submitted to the police of our interaction?
I have not watched it.
Okay, because in that footage, you can clearly see that the second he tells us to leave, we say, okay, we'll leave. And then he calls the police and said that we threatened to burn down the building and shoot everyone inside. And he was just making up all these lies, which you can clearly see in the footage that we submitted. We were being respectful the whole time. We left the second he told us to.
Sorry, let me look.
And so it makes sense why the police would take me to court, because I mean, he's threatening that we're going to burn down the building and shoot everyone, but we did nothing. Like, he's just saying that because he's trying to. I'm a documentary maker, so I'm making a documentary on the thing. So his logic is if he throws me in jail, then if he makes up a reason for me to go to jail, then I won't be able to expose them for their crimes. So that's the what's going on. It's clear as day in the footage if you watch it.
Mr. Prosecutor,
it seems
man.
like they're just making up a bunch of false information in order to silence criticism.
But did you submit that to the police officer?
Yes.
Is the footage going such that it's still going like when you step out the door?
It starts from when we're in the elevator before we talk to him to when we were back in the elevator going back down.
Thank you, Dave, for the $20 super chat. Thank you. Yes, we can't accept snack money yet on the other channel because I think we need like 500 subs over there. So it'd be great if you guys could also go to Couch Court with Llama and like and subscribe there, because then we'll be able to do that over there as well. Also, this fucking prosecutor, like, bro, it's up to you to decide if you want to do charges or not. And you're acting like, oh, I didn't know. Again, this isn't like just going to court with a certain, like, this is going to court with a certain group of people. This is not, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's corrupt systems everywhere across the country. Yes. But this one, we have our suspicions. It is all around. And Ben is basically climbing Mount Kilimanjaro to fight these people.
Obviously, a video doesn't necessarily show everything that possibly happened.
So according to the state of Utah, the raw video that shows everything that possibly could have happened is not credible and could not have shown everything that possibly could have happened. And they didn't even watch it. They're literally just taking Ammon's word for everything and completely ignoring all the evidence. So where does this leave me now? Not only am I being charged with a bunch of mystery crimes.
How are they allowed to do that? Black Saw, I'll tell you why. Because they've been doing it. This is not the only time it's ever happened. These people are doing this shit in broad fucking daylight in front of people because it is so normalized in their systems, including the prosecution, including that part of the system and the police. They do this fucking brazen as shit in broad daylight with their body cams on, all of that. And that's because they do it all of the time. That's why I really do the cop aspect of this story. I do hope that they do file this civil suit. I do hope that there is a federal investigation into them to see what uncovers there. I really do. Similar to like what the feds had to do with MSP, the Massachusetts State Police and the Canton Police Department. We're dealing with the same thing here, just in a different place. Same tricks, same games, same everything. So, yeah. Is it a violation? Hiding? Yes, it can be. But Ben gave them this. Maybe you're talking about something above. I don't know. But he gave them that stuff, his raw stuff.
American Fork, Utah, but I'm also being charged with a second-degree felony, up to 15 years in jail in Provo, Utah. And now that they have written proof that I'm committing all of these insane crimes against them, I mean, obviously Bricks and Minifigs just made up everything, but that's not how the court sees it. The court thinks that these are real. And for whatever reason, the court wouldn't let me share my side. They only heard Bricks and Minifigs' side.
Ben's side was not in the room, was not heard. The court signed an order erasing his published work on the strength of the company's verified complaint and the company's motion, with no one there to say a word against it.
Yeah, the judge granted a temporary restraining order, preventing me from even talking about Bricks and Minifigs, which sucks because this was the night I hit 1 million subscribers, and all my friends threw a giant surprise party for me.
Aww.
Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs gets to just keep spreading their lies about me, and I just have to sit in silence, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. It's crazy to think about how much public support I was getting.
$200,000 Lego dispute. That's turning into one of the craziest legal cases and an internet crusade.
It is going to continue to be as crazy.
$200,000 Lego collection. This $200,000 Lego scandal is literally one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I think this might be the best video that I've seen. This is one of the crazier stories I think I've ever covered.
Run by Mormons. Legos. Reckless Ben. Reckless Ben.
It really seemed like the entire internet was uniting to stand up to this bully of a company.
Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
Love it.
It really did seem like we were right about to get the Legos back, but I was wrong. Now the court has silenced me, and it looks like all the work I put into this was just for nothing.
It's not though, Ben. It's not.
However, people were pretty upset that I was silenced and decided to protest.
Brick by brick.
It sucks that I'm not even allowed to be a part of this movement anymore.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
Or maybe I can be here. I just have to be in disguise so no one recognizes me.
No. All right.
Makes me sad.
Your rig is only level 10? What a trash. Your bike is mine.
Trash.
No solar panels, even no turrets? Garbage. I'm going to take your girl.
And here.
Weird.
What was your name?
I'm Jerome. Just here to support the cause. Just the American Fork local. Just here to support.
Here with Jerome.
I spent the rest of the day protesting for the cause, and not a single person here recognized who I actually am. And maybe the protesting worked, because after a full month of remaining silent, I finally have an announcement.
Well, it looks like I don't need this disguise anymore, because I have my freedom of speech back, baby. I can say whatever I want. I can say Bricks and Minifigs sucks. I can say Bricks and Minifigs just old people. And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick.
But Ben, my sweet summer child, you are in the middle of all of these suits with them, and you gotta say allegedly, honey. All right, you can say whatever you want. Just put allegedly. Allegedly, they steal from old people. Allegedly, they stole the Legos. All right. We're rooting for you, buddy. We're rooting for you, but you got to play by the rules, okay?
We got our First Amendment rights back.
And now that I have my freedom of speech back, everyone is wondering how Bricks and Minifigs can make up for the fact that they made up all these lies about me to take away my freedom of speech. Most legal experts are saying I could easily win millions of dollars from Bricks and Minifigs, but instead, I have a better solution.
If they want to apologize, they can say that they're sorry by doing the chicken dance. And I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once they do the chicken dance, then I will know that Bricks and Minifigs is sorry. And we can finally move on to the next video series. It'll be awesome. So you guys might be thinking, why do you want them to do the chicken dance? And there's actually a reason. So this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs always says the right thing, but then their actions don't match their words at all. So I was thinking, well, if they get given an apology, they might say the right things, but they're not actually going to mean it. So by doing the chicken dance, I'm going to basically just be giving them another opportunity to do the right thing, not just with their words, but with their actions. And once they decide to do the right thing,
they're not gonna though.
I'll move on to the next video series and never talk about Bricks and Minifigs again. And also make sure to check us out at www.westealfromoldpeople.com, because right now we have 2 new Lego sets for sale that you can buy right now. One of Joshua Johnson and one of Ammon McNeff. And we're only making 500 of each. And once all 500 of each sell out, we're never making any more. And you got to buy them now, because someday they're going to sell for like $1 million or something. They're going to be collectibles. It's going to be sick. Also, subscribe to Patreon. You'll get tons of behind the scenes, tons of...
I'm going to go start my pot of coffee for our interview. I don't know. I feel like that might be a little problematic. With them holding liars, signs that say liar. I'm not saying that he's wrong, but it just may not do well in court is all I'm saying. But yikes. All right, I'm gonna make this pot of coffee.
Extra footage, full interviews. Also, part 4 is coming soon. If you subscribe to Patreon, you'll be the first to watch it. And also subscribe to part 5, subscribe to part 6, part 7, all the way to part 100. We're doing 100 parts. My lawyer said if Bricks and Minifigs sues me, which they've still not dropped their lawsuit, then it'll be at least 2 years and 52 weeks a year. That's 104 parts at least. So come back all the way till 100.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete...
Okay. Sorry.
Jack must have known that I summoned him a while back. Because I was like, I need... Yes, apparently if you say people's name in YouTube, it like I don't know. This is being like conspiracy. Google is listening. Because I had questions about a lot of things that Ammon said, but at the time he did the videos, I don't believe he did. He does have lawyers now, but that's because of all the lawsuits. But I don't think he had lawyers at the time.
No, I think he's had lawyers for what, like 2 weeks? Since I'd say the week after Father's Day, I think is when he got lawyers, because he was supposed to do that TRO on like June 29th or something. And then he got his lawyers filed their appearances the Thursday before that. Well, for some of the cases. He already had criminal one, I think, before then. But his first appearance for the criminal ones, he was representing himself. Oh boy, don't ever do that.
Well, that particular video, Jack, that particular video was released after the lawsuits because he had to hold on to it. But I would have thought that he would have had his lawyers look at it before he released it to his Patreon. Maybe he did, and he just went against his lawyer's opinions or recommendations. But some of those things, I feel like he should not have put out, considering the mess he's in. There's some things in there that's might bite him in the butt, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, one of the things that I don't think that might have been when I stepped away, but there was one scene in this video where he has Lego him and Lego Brian pushing Lego Eamon on the ground and kicking him. I don't know how that got passed. Because if they lost their shit about that explosion, I don't see how they don't. I'm not saying what he did is wrong or that it's illegal. What I'm saying is you don't want to give the other side fuel to bitch and whine and complain and file more motion and do all this shit. Like you don't want to give them that opportunity. And there's a few things in here where I'm like, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. So
yeah, I know. The first time when we watched it together, before we watched it here, I was like, oh, because I just look at all the problems. Like, I understand he's an entertainer, like, and I get that. That's how he makes his videos. But considering everything that's happened since the release of those videos and all the lawsuits, I'm always looking at it like, because court-minded, this is just how we operate our channel. This is what our channel's always been about or at least our show when we're looking at things, we look at through the lens of how does the court look at things. And some of these things, even though we know that he's an entertainer, a lot of stuff is hyperbole, or he's just being dramatic, or he's just being like ostentatious and whatever. That is not necessarily how the courts are going to perceive these if the other party is feeling threatened
and dirty.
So,
no, I agree. I think if they take this to the jury, in the end of the day, if they take any of these cases to a jury, I agree. I think a jury, though you never know what a fucking jury is going to do. You watch enough trials and you don't know what they're ever going to do. But I do think it does favor Ben in most of these cases. But what you don't want is the other side making the time between now and that trial date harder, because that is what they're going to do. They're going to try to exhaust him with as much paperwork filing. It doesn't matter if the motions are bogus or not. It really does. I hate to break everybody's, bubble here. It doesn't fucking matter. And they will try to stop him look at what they've already done, the bullshit they've already said, and especially in civil court. You can just file bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. Criminal court's a little bit different. But still, look at what they've already done. This is going to be their playbook the entire time. He's not getting an apology from Bam.
They're going to send a firestorm of motions that his lawyers are going to have to respond to, which is going to cost him money every time they sit in front of the computer to write this stuff. And it's just going to drain him. That's the idea. It's a blitzkrieg of motions to overwhelm you and drain you financially. That's the goal.
Yeah. I mean, again, we're not saying the stuff he's saying isn't true. It's just the reality of the situation. It's what they do. It's the whole process. And I mean, look at their first complaint. Fucking wild of a complaint. It's so bogus. And look what happened. So we're not dealing with a fair system, because it's not, guys. It's not a fair system. The winners, the people that are right, do not always win. Then when you have possible corruption, it's a whole different game. We've watched innocent people who we believe factually innocent be sent to life in prison with literally no fucking evidence except for hearsay. I mean, it's not fair everywhere. And we're worried about that for Ben, because we do believe in this cause. We do see the writing on the wall for Bam. And we very much agree with what he is trying to do and bring delight in everything. But you're dealing with dirty people, okay, who will go at any lengths. And when you have the other side that's willing to cross a lot of lines, they're going to make it very hard for you. That's what they want to do. I mean, look, they literally lied about Ammon lied about them setting the house on fire and shooting him. And yeah, maybe some day later he might get in trouble for filing a false, or lying to the police or whatever, but that could be years. And in the meantime, while you're waiting for that kind of justice, this stuff is already going on, and in the end could really wreck.
Yeah, and in the end, you still have to pay your lawyers. It doesn't really matter. He might have to pay for what he's done later, but you still have to pay your attorneys. And if you think having lawyers' fees appointed to the other person is going to solve that problem, it's not, because you can't get blood from a stone if he doesn't have it to pay.
Mm-hmm. I do. I agree, Hanging, that Bam is eventually they're gonna taste all the bullshit filing too. There's a very good chance by them fighting this, it's gonna drain them of a bunch of money. But then again, we have to factor in the Mormon connection. It's
That's
part
what I
of
was
the
going to
story.
say.
It's part of the story. And if we believe, all right, hypothetically, if we all believe that the cops of American Fork are corrupt because they're Mormons and they're all working together in what they like to call the alleged Mormon mafia, well, then they might throw money at Bam to protect their officers on their end. They could give probably two fucks about Bam. But because of the police being connected to this, they might throw money to discredit Ben in these other cases. So when it comes to his criminal case, they can refer back to the civil case and be like, no, look at what this fucking guy did here, here, and here. We're going to bring that up in the criminal thing. I mean, it's very messy than it already normally is in most instances. And that's what makes us nervous. And we just want, Ben to be smart. I don't, Ben is very smart, okay? But you can be very smart and do stupid things and not know how everything works. We know how trials and law works because we're nerds and that's our hobby. But yeah, that's why moving it to federal court was an excellent idea to try to get this out of that potentially alleged, perhaps corrupt system that's there.
If it
But
stays there, if they
but
accept it.
the Mormon Church has a fuck ton of money. And let's say there is this stuff going on where the police in some way are connected. They'll start fronting the money to keep their image clean. It has nothing to do with their alliance to Ammon. They'd probably throw them under the bus in a heartbeat. But because the police are now involved in this whole thing, they will protect them. They will throw money at that. So if they can, in the civil case, if they can seem like Ben is doing all of these things, and if they get a TRO in the civil case or whatever, that can be used in the criminal aspect, which could hurt his case with the police, which I believe of all the cases, that one's fucking solid as shit. And they know it, and they're going to try their damnedest. I guess what I'm saying is let's not forget about the Mormon Church, okay? They're the invisible plaintiffs, if you will. They're the invisible, but they're there. They're always there. But I mean, I'm all about free speech, except you're in a legal suit right now, and your speech will have consequences in this, right? There are what he's up against is unfathomable. It really, really is. And I've said it time and time again. He needs money. You believe in this cause? Then the community needs to get together and start raising as much fucking money as possible. It's the only way you're going to get it, because otherwise it's not happening. I mean, you got the Mormon Church who has a fuck ton of money. You have the police who have a fucking ton of money. Your money, quite frankly. They'll spend however much fucking money they want because it's your money, the taxpayers' money. They don't care. Because in the end, that's what it's all about. So I don't know what, if anything, will come from this video, and I hope we're wrong. All right, I have no problem being wrong about my opinions and coming back later and being like, yeah, I was wrong. I hope I'm wrong about all of this, but I don't feel, based on what we've already seen and read in court documents, just not great. Not great. So Echo says, I guarantee church corporate is watching this closely. Absolutely. There's no way they're not. Absolutely no way. Yes, the most direct way to support Ben is through his Patreon. Absolutely. And letting this video run and the ad revenue from it. Sorry. Sorry, I'm not trying to take anything away from Ben, but definitely that is another good way to support him in that. So yes, thank you for the clarification, 1982. I'm not saying all Mormons are behind this. We are talking about the organization, i.e. the church, the organized part of things, which is, it's not a conspiracy. It's very real. It's very true. And not everyone, I do not believe that everyone is represented. Not every Mormon is representative of the overarching control and power of the church, or involved in this whole cover up or things like that. But in Utah, this is their culture. It's a part of their everyday life. Otherwise, I would say it doesn't really factor in, except it actually really, really does. It really, really, really does. It's gonna be something. But yes, there's a criminal TRO. Yes, Josh has filed them. Again, it's messy. It's very, very messy. He does have lawyers. I know the lawyers are giving him the best advice. I hope he listens to them. You're paying him. You're paying him a lot of money, so you might as well listen to what they had to say. And he probably is. I don't know. I don't know Ben. I don't talk to Ben. I don't know what he's doing or what it's been told to him. These are just our concerns because we care. We very much care. and really want, and that's why we're going to be covering this super, super duper in depth in the right way, because one, this story is very important. We know this is not the only person that has suffered at the hands of BAM. As a matter of fact, we're about to end this stream so we can take a quick potty break. And next up, in just 15 minutes, Buffy and I are going to be talking to Gabriel, the last relic, former BAM franchisee owner, to talk about his experience dealing with them. We'll probably talk about this too, who knows? But that'll be coming up in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So this should portal you to the next stream. If not,
you're on True Crime and Wine Time watching this, it will portal you over. If you're on Couch Court with Llama, it will not. We did not have that capabilities as of yet.
Yes.
Because it's a new channel.
It's a new channel, which if you could go like, that would be great, because then we could do more stuff over there.
Yes, we need to have the followers and the watch time and the views over there so that we can start doing cool stuff on that channel.
Yes, yes. So we will be back in about 15, 20 minutes with Gabriel. But until then, friends, if you're part of the replay crew, please make sure you liked, subscribed, hit the notification bell. Hype if you're part of the replay crew. It really helps our small little channel get out there in the algorithms. Please leave us a comment below. We do read the comments. We want to know what your thoughts are on this part 3 video. And it's fine if you disagree with that. That's fine. We believe in all different kinds of opinions here, as long as they're not rude and respectful. So you watched on both channels. Is that bad? No, that's amazing. And we appreciate the support for both. So until next time, friends, as we always say, go forth and be amazing. And we will see some of you very shortly. All right.
I hope we see all of you.
All of you. Yes, please. All right, friends. We'll see you shortly. Bye.